Hi, in this video we are going to study three types of functions: linear, quadratic, and exponential. Here is an example of a linear function. A of x equals 7x plus 6. Notice that in a linear function there are no exponents. Next, we have an example of a quadratic function. B of x equals 2x squared plus 7x plus 1. Anytime we have a quadratic function, there's always a squared term. Finally, for an exponential function, here's an example. C of x equals 5x. The x is in the exponent right here. So how are quadratic and exponential functions different? In a quadratic function, the exponent is 2, and the x is down here. For an exponential function, the x is in the exponent. If you are taking notes, you can pause the video here and write down the notes. Let's look at some examples of evaluating functions. This one is like one that you did yesterday. First of all, notice that there is no exponent, so this we know is linear. Next, let's evaluate our function. First, let's rewrite our function. Next, we see that x is 4. So I'm going to erase my x's and replace them with a 4, a parentheses 4. Finally, this means 5 times 4, which is 20, plus 9 is 29. And that is our answer. Example 2. For this one, I noticed that there is an x squared term. Anytime you see an x squared term, we know this is quadratic. To evaluate the function, let's write the function again. 6x squared plus 3x plus 10. I see that x is 4, so anywhere there's an x, I will be erasing and replacing with a 4. Next, remember that exponents happen before multiplication, so for this part, what we really have is 6 times 4 squared, which is 4 times 4. And this is 3 times 4 plus 10. 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times 4 is 12. 10. 6 times 16 is 96 plus 12 plus 10. When you add them up, you get 118. And that is the answer. Last example. We see that the x is right here in the exponent. In the last example, the exponent was 2, so it's quadratic. For this one, it's exponential. We will learn more about exponential functions. To evaluate this one, again, we write the function. We see that x is 3, so I'm going to erase and replace with my 3. Is 5 to the third power, which means 5 times 5 times 5. 3 of them. Third power. So 1, 2, 3. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. And that's the answer. One final note. On the computer, sometimes we cannot type this, 5 to the third power. So in your homework, instead of typing 5 to the third power, it looks like this on the computer. So if you get a function like this, the function really looks like this. So on the computer, this means exponent. And because this is a 2, this function is quadratic. That's it.